follow your heart, do your best, be fearless. Don't be scared to make mistakes. When you do make a mistake, get back up, try again.
Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, I'm Roxy and I'm so happy to have you here. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you 7 practical steps on how to get out of a rut. Let's be real, we all feel stuck sometimes, whether it's with work, personal goals, or even just life in general. So in today's video, I'll be sharing with you 7 practical steps to break free out of that rut and get yourself back on track, especially since we're approaching the middle of the year and sometimes things can get kind of stale, things can get kind of stagnant, but we want to move things along. Trust me when I say I know how frustrating it can be when you are stuck, when you feel like if you're not moving, when you just feel as if you're in the same place, doing the same things, having the same routines, and not doing anything different. But we're in the middle of the year, you guys. We have like 6 more months to get our lives together. Have no fear, because I'll be sharing with you exactly how I get out of a rut, whether it's emotional, mental, physical, routine based, and yes, there are many different types of ruts and we're gonna get into them because we need to know what kind of rut we're stuck in order for us to acknowledge it firstly, as well as tackle it and find solutions to get out of it. As in all of my videos, we're gonna be deep diving into it. We're gonna be breaking it down step by step. So by the end of this video, you'll have a solid plan on how to get unstuck and get out of a rut. So first step, like we briefly mentioned, is to acknowledge what kind of rut that you are stuck in. Because once we acknowledge it, we can find solutions for it. Being in a rut is a lot more common than you think. It's where you feel stagnant, unmotivated, or as if you're just going through emotions without feeling any kind of excitement or passion, or you're just feeling like everything is the same. So take a moment to pause and reflect. Are you feeling disconnected from your emotions, exhausted from work, or uninspired in your daily routine? Write down what you're feeling and why. And once you acknowledge it, you're one step closer to doing something about it. You can't get unstuck or get out of a rut unless you acknowledge it and know what kind of rut it is. Number 1 is the emotional rut. This is where you feel disconnected from your feelings. You're overwhelmed by negative emotions like sadness, frustration, or apathy. And these can be caused by stress, burnout, or unresolved emotional issues. How does this manifest? Sometimes you just feel so numb inside, like you feel like if you just can't feel anything, literally. You feel distant from the things that you used to enjoy. Maybe you have difficulty in managing stress and moving forward. You feel like if you're struggling to connect with people, or feeling like if you're in a constant state of just being emotionally exhausted. The usual things that would excite you, like your hobbies or going out with your friends or just learning or doing new things, it feels like a chore. It does not feel exciting anymore. You constantly feel overwhelmed by emotions like frustration or sadness without knowing how to move past them. So here are some ways to overcome an emotional rut. First up, mindfulness. You can take time to meditate and be mindful, even if it is just for 5 minutes. This can help you reconnect with your feelings, calm your mind, and become more aware of your emotion. You can also use apps like Headspace and Calm. Those are the 2 that I know that can help you with your meditation and mindfulness practice. Next up is one that is tried and true, and that is journaling. Just writing things down out of your mind, just clearing your mind off of everything and putting it onto paper. I love to think about it as just releasing all of the thoughts and emotions that are swirling in your head, taking up space and having so much mental chatter. You can also do something like a stream of consciousness, which is basically like a brain dump, where you just sit down and let things flow. Just write whatever literally pops into your mind for like 10 to 15 minutes. And this is a great step into helping you understand what is wrong, because sometimes you don't see things unless they're in a physical format, like onto paper, for example. Next up, you can seek help. There's nothing to be ashamed of if you need to seek help. You can talk to a friend, a counselor, a therapist, anybody who you'll be able to express your emotions to so that you can work through those tough emotions. Sometimes opening up to someone new who might not know anything about you gives you a new perspective and a sense of relief. Okay, so the next type of rut is a creative rut. So this is very typical if you are a creative person, whether you're an artist, a singer, musician, a writer, somebody who bakes or cooks, even a content creator. Any type of artistic or creative skill like that is when you'll be more prone to having a creative rut. This happens when you feel uninspired or blocked creatively. It's literally anybody who engages in some sort of creative activity. How this manifests, I'm sure you've heard about writer's block before. You literally stare at a blank canvas or blank piece of paper. You have no idea what you want to write. You are feeling so uninspired. No new ideas are coming to you. Nothing is flowing, and you just feel stuck in that way. As expected, this can lead to a lot of frustration, especially if things in your mind aren't coming out like you want it to come out. If you are a writer, sometimes you just can't move past a certain page or a certain chapter. And of course, this would lead you to doubting yourself. You'll start to wonder why you're even doing this in the first place and why you can't get anything right. And then you have difficulty in making decisions and making choices because you ultimately don't know what you want anymore. And when you want to find inspiration, your usual source of inspiration, it no longer works for you. You just are not seeming to become inspired or motivated, and you're questioning your creative abilities. So here are some tips to get out of this particular type of rut. First up, change your creative space. If you are home and you're writing, maybe you need to go to a cafe, and that can help you get some new inspiration just being in a new place. If your desk is in the same place all the time, maybe you can just move it to somewhere else, maybe at a different corner of your home or your office, so that you can have a change of perspective. You will be in a different place. It will look and feel new to you. You can also organize your space differently, get some new wall art, get some new organization tools. When you're in a new environment that offers different sights, sounds, and even energy, it can spark creativity and give you a clearer perspective on a problem that you're having. So now that you've changed your environment, maybe you went to a cafe, maybe you rearranged your desk or reorganized it, moved it around, whatever the case may be. And next up, take a break. Do something that is completely unrelated to your project at hand. If you're writing, or if you're content creating or baking, cooking, whatever the case may be, whatever creative outlet you're doing, do something completely different to that. Go for a walk instead. Go to the beach, have a picnic, do something that is going to hit pause and allow your mind to do something completely different. This is so important because it often gives your brain a chance to reset and come up with new ideas. You can also try a new medium or technique to break free of this creative rut. So for instance, if you're baking, maybe you want to try some sort of different combination of ingredients. Maybe if you're an artist who normally does watercolor, maybe you can try gouache. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it looks so gorgeous, honestly. Next up, you can also think about collaborating with someone who is similar in your field, because it's a great way to bounce ideas off of each other and brainstorm and get those new perspectives, or simply getting feedback that will help you to get out of your creative rut. Collaboration can bring fresh energy to the ideas that you already have. It's a great way to hear different perspectives and ideas, and that can help you get out of your creative rut. The next type of rut that is super popular is a professional rut, and I'm sure most of us have felt this at some point in time or the other. It is where you feel unfulfilled or stuck in your career due to a lack of growth, passion, or new challenges in your job. This can manifest by having a lack of motivation to do anything, no matter how simple it seems at your job or your career. You just don't want to do it. You just don't feel inspired. You don't feel motivated. You might feel stuck in the same position doing the same thing every single day, which of course is going to get very frustrating, as you can imagine. You can also feel a sense of boredom or dissatisfaction with what you're doing, even if you're excelling at it. You can even feel as if you're stuck in the same position without any room for growth or advancement. You might even feel a sense of burnout because you're doing your job out of obligation rather than actually wanting to do it, feeling inspired or being passionate about it. You might have great potential, but you feel like if your talents or ideas aren't being recognized. How you can get out of this professional rut is to firstly, number one, set small achievable goals. And when you get to check something off your to-do list or you achieve something, that fresh burst of inspiration of getting it done and achieving those small wins can reignite your motivation. You can also ask for new challenges. If you feel like if you're stuck and you feel like if you're not being challenged, or you feel like if you're not reaching your true potential, definitely ask for a new challenge. Ask to be put on a bigger project. Ask to manage something bigger. Take on new skills, new projects, or responsibilities that are going to challenge you, so that you won't feel as if you're doing the same thing over and over, or that you're wasting your potential. Next up, you can also network. Find a mentor. Find somebody who is in the same field as you, so you can chat with them and see new possibilities and ideas. A mentor can offer advice, perspective, and guidance in whatever professional field that you're in. You can also take a professional type of course, something that aligns with your career, something that is going to make you have to learn new things and do new things and gain new skills. This can be like a new type of software, a new type of technique. Whenever you learn something new, it is going to give you a sense of purpose and improve your confidence. So this happens when you feel disconnected from your social life or relationships. This can lead to loneliness or isolation, even though you're around people. Like, you're not alone, but you feel like if you're alone. How this can manifest, you just don't want to go out anymore. You don't want to do any kind of new social activities. You're avoiding your friends, you're avoiding family. Even if they're close to you, you just feel so drained. In the past, you might have loved going out with your friends and socializing and do different things, but now the thought of socializing feels like a chore. It feels like if there's so much resistance, you don't want to do it, you don't want to get up, you don't want to go out. And sometimes hanging in the same place with the same people might feel repetitive and you struggle to find new things to do. First up, you can make new connections. Try a different hobby, go to a new class, do something different, do something out of your normal inner circle. And that way you can meet new people and have new types of interactions. You can attend these new social events like a club, class, or an online community that interests you. In life, you have to realize that not all of your friends are going to like the same exact things that you want to do. You might not have the same interests, you might not have the same hobbies, and you might not have the same time. Some people will be married, some people will have kids. So you need to be able to have these solo dates. You need to be able to go out and do things on your own, and through that, it's how you will meet new people and form new connections. When you step outside of your regular circle, you'll be introduced to new people, new perspectives, and that can give you a new sense of excitement. You can also reconnect with old friends. Sometimes you may just drift apart or grow apart, but social media makes it so easy and accessible to connect with people who might have been in your life, and by reconnecting with them, you can ignite a new sense of connection and remind you of shared memories and fun. You can also take it into your own hands and organize social activities. Host. You guys know I talk about this in a lot of my videos, and that is because if you don't intentionally make this time to be with your friends and have activities or have your friends over, chances are you're not going to do it at all, because everyone is caught up in their own lives, and the older you get, the harder it becomes for everybody to meet in the same place. So why not plan something out of the ordinary? Have a picnic, have a movie night where everybody brings different snacks, have a road trip, have an outdoor barbecue or grill, have a games night. And by having all of these new experiences, it could really refresh your social life and your social battery. Next up is a physical rut, and let me just say this is a very, very popular type of rut. It's where we just don't feel good in our bodies. We just eat unhealthily, we don't work out, we just don't take care of ourselves. We give ourselves the ick, which is just a hot no. You feel out of sync of your body because of your poor eating habits, neglecting self-care routines, or lack of exercise. This can manifest in many different ways. You feel sluggish, you feel slow, you feel bloated, you just don't feel good in your body, and I'm sure all of us have days like that. You also feel unhealthy because you be knowing that you are not moving your body. You're not doing anything. You're very sedentary and your body is literally cracking. Every time you move, you just feel like if your bones are cracking, you feel aches and pains because you're stuck. You're not doing anything. It literally feels as if you have fallen completely off track of your wellness routine, your fitness, your health. You might also be struggling with poor sleep. You don't get enough sleep because of your poor sleeping habits. You do not have a routine. You don't have a time when you go to bed. You are probably up doom scrolling and rotting your life away before you sleep, and that does not make you have a good night's sleep. And this is so important because it literally resets your body. It repairs your body. It gives you a little time off. And if you don't get this, you're not going to feel your best. You also have a general lack of motivation to take care of your body. Maybe you don't want to wash your hair, you don't want to take a shower, just anything around the lines of not wanting to take care of your physical appearance anymore. You just don't feel like doing it, so you just don't. And as expected, if you don't take care of yourself, if you eat unhealthily, you have poor sleeping habits, you just don't want to take care of yourself, that physical aspect, it literally starts to affect your mental health and your mental well-being, because when you don't feel good physically, how are you going to feel good mentally? This can also make you lose confidence and really affect your sense of self-worth. If you are going through or experiencing something like this, here are some tips to get out of it. Number one, and the easiest thing that you can do is start small and move daily. Even 5 minutes, a 5-minute stretch, a 5-minute walk, or even a 5-minute workout. And yes, there are tons tons of this on YouTube as well. The hardest part is often starting, and once you start small, you can gradually increase momentum over time. You will gain confidence in yourself, you will feel better when you start moving your body, and that is going to help you slowly get out of that stuck feeling. You can also try a new fitness or workout challenge when you have something to look forward to, something new, something that you don't normally do. Maybe you're taking the same workout class all the time and it just doesn't make you feel good anymore. Take a different kind of workout class, do something outdoors maybe. Try something that you've never tried before, and that is going to challenge you. It is going to make you have to dig deep within to grow and move forward. This is going to excite you, it's going to motivate you, and that is how you're going to get unstuck. Next up, you can focus on nutrition. Start swapping out unhealthy snacks and unhealthy food in your pantry or in your fridge, and try restocking it maybe every week with a fruit or a vegetable. Maybe you can meal prep. I've gotten this like 8-compartment snack box, which is what I have been using recently to not only make sure that I have my fruits and vegetables, but also that I have easy access to it, so it moves that resistance to making me want to do it. Prioritizing healthy foods that boost your energy, make you feel good. It helps you stay on track and make it easier to avoid unhealthy food choices. Next up, in the same category, you need to sleep better. You need to establish, and I know it's gonna sound ridiculous, but you need to have a bedtime. Create a bedtime or a sleeping routine that allows you to rest well. Good sleep is literally the foundation of physical well-being, and it helps you feel more energized during the day. Because think about it, when you get an awful night of sleep, you are not going to feel your best the next day. You're going to be exhausted, you're going to be unmotivated, you're going to feel sluggish. All of these things, they're not going to make you feel good. Next up is a mental rut, where you just feel mentally drained and exhausted, overwhelmed, or if you're just lacking clarity. This is often related to stress, anxiety, and that awful little habit we have of overthinking. How do you know if you're stuck in a mental rut? You feel foggy or mentally scattered. It's difficult for you to concentrate or focus. You struggle to make decisions or even take action because you constantly second guess yourself. You have a sense of being overwhelmed by small tasks, or have difficulty prioritizing your thoughts or your actions. You overthink every single detail, no matter how small the task is, no matter how small it may seem. You overthink it so much that you procrastinate, and in the end you get not one thing done. There is a constant loop of negative self-talk, like you literally talk shit about yourself, and that affects your ability to think clearly. You just feel a sense of mental exhaustion after the day, even if you have not done any mentally demanding work. Here are some tips to overcoming this. First up, have a mental detox. Put your phone away. Put your electronic devices away. Things that stimulate you mentally and not in the good way. Take a break from overstimulation like social media, news, or your emails, even if it's just for an hour or even more if you have time. I love using Sunday as a general reset, so I don't really go on social media, I don't really post, I don't really scroll, because I just like taking that mental break. Next up, take action on one small thing. This always goes back to that small achievable step. Do one thing that is going to make you feel better. Do one thing that is going to help you break free and get out of that cycle of being stuck. Start with that one thing that you might have been avoiding, no matter how small it may seem. You can also switch up your routine. If your mental energy feels low, try something new, whether it's reading a different genre of books, practicing mindfulness, or listening to podcasts. You can also practice gratitude. Something as simple as writing 3 little things down that you feel grateful for might change your entire perspective, reset your way of thinking, make you realize how many things you might actually have in your life that are going for you, versus focusing on the things that are not happening or the things that you think that you don't have. Focusing on gratitude can literally shift your mindset and lift you out of that mental exhaustion. The last type of rut that we'll be talking about is a routine rut. So this is also very common. It is literally where you feel as if you're living the same day over and over. Like if I was to ask you what you did yesterday, you don't really know, because it's so monotonous, it's so stagnant, it's just merged into one big chunk and you don't know what you're doing. This happens when you're stuck in the same repetitive cycle and nothing feels new or exciting. There's a lack of variety and spontaneity in your life. You also start to lose excitement for things that would previously bring you joy, because you feel as if it's just become too predictable. It feels as if you're resisting change and maybe living life on autopilot. You wake up, you work, you eat and sleep. Each day literally feels as if it's a repeat of the last day with no change. You can also feel as if you lose excitement with the hobbies or interests that you have because they've become too routine. And you can struggle to find motivation for tasks because you feel as if everything is a repeat of yesterday. First step, and I'm sure you probably already thinking of it, and that is to add something new to your routine. Start with simple changes like switching up the time that you wake up. Maybe it's just like 15 minutes earlier, so you can add something new to your morning routine. Maybe on evenings after work, you can just add like a hobby. Maybe for 20 minutes, you can maybe pull out your coloring book, and this is my coloring book, you guys. I'm obsessed with it. It is available on Amazon and it is the cutest thing ever, and it is bold and easy, and it definitely can help you relax and unwind, and it's also very, very girly. So this can be something that you can add to your evening routine after work. Next up, you can plan spontaneous fun. We know it's spontaneous, but you can literally plan to just add something new to your everyday routine. Add some unpredictability, spice things up. This can mean taking a last minute trip, going to a new restaurant or cafe, have a staycation in a pretty villa or B&B right in your hometown. You can also declutter and organize because sometimes our routines feel stagnant because our environment is cluttered. Spend time organizing your space to refresh your surroundings. Next up, you can reevaluate your priorities. Is your current routine aligned with your current values of what you want? Take a moment to assess what you really want. And if what you're doing on a day-to-day basis does not align with the person you want to become or the things that you want to do, it is definitely time to make change. So we discussed in detail the 7 types of ruts that there are, as well as how it manifests and tips to getting over it. So now we're going to deep dive a little bit more into something we mentioned, and that is to change your environment. Changing your environment, going to a new cafe, taking a different walking path, doing a new hobby, just something like that. This is going to create a shift in your mindset. It's going to give you a fresh perspective, whether it's physically moving around or altering your routine. It can spark new energy. Our brains are literally wired to associate certain activities to specific spaces. So for instance, we know your bed is associated with sleep. We know your desk is associated with work. So simply moving to a new spot or rearranging your workspace, like we touched on in the beginning, signals to your brain that this is something new. It is literally like telling your brain that the space is now designed for something new or different, and that can encourage you to have new thoughts and ideas. If you feel like if you're stuck in a routine, maybe just rearrange your apartment, rearrange your home, just swap things around so that the new layout makes the space feel fresh and inspiring, which can boost your energy and help you get out of the mental block. These physical or mental changes like tidying up your space or taking a walk or changing your routine can have a significant impact on your energy and perspective. It helps you break the monotony. When you're stuck in a rut, you have that repetitive motion of daily life. The same environment, the same routine, and the same way of thinking, which makes everything feel stale. Making these small changes, whether rearranging your living room or working at a new cafe or a different spot in your home, can really shake up your routine. And this disruption helps break the cycle of monotony and can trigger new and fresh ideas. You can also have mental clarity through movement. Have you ever realized that when you go for a walk, how it really does clear your mind? Physical activities boost your blood flow and release endorphins, which are your body's naturally feel-good hormones like dopamine. And I actually have an entire video on how you can create your dopamine menu to naturally make you feel good and boost your mood. I love walking, for instance, because it really allows you to take a small step away from a problem by physically and mentally distancing yourself from the stress, and that helps give you a new perspective. You guys, tidying up your space. Oh my goodness. Sometimes when things are cluttered and feel all over the place, you literally feel so unmotivated or uninspired. Everything is just a mess and there's no system. There's nothing that feels or looks good in your home. That is definitely going to make you feel stressed, burnt out, and overwhelmed. Tidying up your space, whether it is organizing a desk, cleaning up your kitchen, or just decluttering a small corner of a room, can have a surprising effect on your mental clarity. I love the concept that the act of cleaning your space is literally like cleaning out your mind. It literally is as if you're hitting a reset button and pausing, and it gives you the clarity you need to just get back on track. When you have a clean and clear space, it gives you a sense of control and it creates a fresh, calm space in which you can be focused. If you are feeling overwhelmed, just take 10 minutes to do a quick 10-minute tidy, and you'll be so surprised at how different it makes you feel. When you make changes like these, it allows you to stay in the present. It makes you kind of step away from your project, step away from what is making you feel stuck, to now engaging fully with the moment, which helps to shift your focus. It can also invoke new energy and inspiration. Sometimes it really is about refreshing your energy. This creates new opportunities for you to feel unstuck, get new ideas, and have a different perspective. Step number 3 is to take small, manageable steps, and I have an entire video on this, on how you can use atomic habits in your life to truly change your life. I go very in-depth into this video. I will have it linked down below so you can go ahead and look at it if you really want a deep dive into this. But basically, overwhelm can paralyze us. And I love using the 2-minute rule. Just start for 2 minutes, just do something for 2 minutes so that you can actually get it going. I will always say that the hardest part is actually getting started, but once you overcome that, it makes it easier to keep going. You have the momentum to carry you forward. If you're watching this video and you feel stuck today, just pick one thing and do it for 2 minutes. One small insignificant thing that you can do today. It could be organizing your closet, meal prepping, going for a walk, starting back to work out, whatever the case may be. Always remember that these small wins easily inspire you. It gives you something to look forward to. Step number 4 is to set a new goal or challenge yourself. And we briefly mentioned this when we were talking about being stuck in a physical rut. You can try a new fitness challenge, a new wellness challenge, something along those lines. But a new goal can literally help to reignite your passion and motivation, and it gives you something new to look forward to. Set a goal that is realistic and exciting, but still something that is out of your normal box, out of your comfort zones. You need to stretch yourself a little bit so that you can get out of being in that same place, in that same plateau. Something simple that I've challenged myself to is walking 10K steps every day. I literally hop on my walking pad or go for a walk outside, and over time that has become part of my routine, so much so that I don't even have to think about it anymore. When you challenge yourself and see like a winning streak, or you make something new at a workshop or anything like that, it makes you feel so good and inspires you to continue forward. Step number 5 is to focus on self-care. This matters so much because when you don't take care of yourself, how are you expected to take care of others or just feel good in yourself? Taking care of your body and mind is essential for getting unstuck. When you feel good physically, you can feel good mentally and emotionally as well. Carve out time in your daily routine for self-care activities. Even if it's a 10-minute stretch or putting on a face mask and doing your skincare, washing your hair. Prioritize eating healthy. Your body is so important. We only have this one thing in our lives. Our body is literally what makes us be able to do every single thing that we can do, even watching this video right now. So be sure to have a proper bedtime routine, have proper meals, hydrate yourself, have daily movement. All of this is going to keep your body in balance. It is going to make you feel more energized. You're going to look and feel good, and that in turn is going to make you feel inspired. If you are looking for some inspiration on how you can elevate your self-care routine, I have an entire video on how you can elevate your shower routine, which is full of practical tips and ideas on little things that you can add to your self-care routine to make it more fun. Step number 6 is to seek inspiration. It is not normal for us to constantly be inspired. Sometimes we need to talk to somebody, or even something as simple as listening to a podcast can change your entire perspective. I love listening to podcasts when I'm driving or when I'm getting ready and doing my skincare on mornings. I love hearing different perspectives and different stories from people because it really does allow you to think differently and gain inspiration. Be sure to surround yourself with people in life who motivate you and uplift you as well. These things go a long way whenever you feel like if you're stuck. Sometimes these simple things like listening to the podcast we were talking about, watching a YouTube video, or just having a conversation with someone can literally make all the difference. And last up, step number 7 is to let go of perfectionism. And I have an entire video on this in great detail because perfectionism is what feeds procrastination, and that leads you to end up doing nothing at all. If you'd like to see more in depth in that, I will have that linked in as well so you can go ahead and check it out. But just to touch on it here, perfectionism can literally paralyze us. And when we are stuck in this perfectionism procrastination cycle, it leads to self-doubt because we don't do anything at all because we're just stuck overthinking. Allow yourself to make mistakes. Give yourself permission to be imperfect, because these mistakes and these imperfect things are all stepping stones to actually doing something versus not doing anything at all. Aim for progress over perfection and celebrate each step, all of the mistakes even, because you never know what might come out of that. An example that I love sharing with you guys is my baking overthinking situation. One day I just said, stop, let me stop this overthinking, and got out all of the ingredients that I needed, and I simply followed the instructions and baked my lemon loaf, and it came out so good, and it really did inspire me to think about baking and trying new recipes. And that is what we were talking about in this video: challenging yourself, getting out of what you normally do, setting those realistic and achievable goals, and having things that challenge you. Now I find that I focus more on enjoying the process rather than trying to make everything perfect. So that was my 7-step guide to getting unstuck, especially if you're in a mid-year rut. Remember that acknowledging that you're stuck in a rut and what kind of rut it is the first step in knowing how it manifests in your life, as well as ways that you can overcome. And getting out of a rut is a journey, and it's not going to happen overnight. Be kind to yourself and take it one day at a time. Seek support and ask for help if you need it. Don't forget that you have got this. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Give it a huge thumbs up if you did, and if it gave you any kind of inspiration, and I really do hope it helps you to get unstuck or out of a mid-year rut if you're in it. Don't forget to also subscribe so you won't miss a thing. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.